Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly in the What the Heck Just Happened segment tonight. God, gay Bible characters, and pinheads. Let's get right to it. And here they are, Five Guy Greg Gutfeld, and I'm this guy, Bernard McGuirk. All right, Gutfeld. Now, there is a move by the atheistic community, all right, to take the words "In God We Trust" out of the currency. You have any currency on you, Gutfeld?
Yeah, I think I have a 20. As a matter of fact, I have a $20 bill just sitting here.
$20 bill.
Yes.
And what does it say on there? Okay.
I have to put on my little red glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They're very masculine.
Yes.
It was rolled up.
Where do you want me to look?
What does it say? "In God We Trust"?
I don't see it.
It's on the back.
Oh, what's this house?
Yeah, okay. That's the White House.
You know, I don't deal with 20s.
Right.
I'm not like you.
All right.
All right. In God We Trust. There it is.
Okay. Now, do you object to that, Gutfeld? Because you're a heathen.
Yes, I think it's too judgmental.
It is.
It's too judgmental. We need something nicer, like don't spend it all in one place.
Right.
That would be nice. Or 40% goes to Obama.
Well, if they do, I like the political slogan, but you couldn't do that because it might change.
Yes.
But I just think if they take McGuirk, "In God We Trust" off the currency, they just should have "Hi" and a happy face.
Yes.
That's all.
That's it.
So no one would be offended. Everyone would, you know. But the rationale behind this is that "In God We Trust" is, number one, offensive to atheists, all right?
Right.
Because they don't trust in God. And number two, it's exclusionary because there are some people who believe in many gods, like Zeus and Apollo and all of those. So all the Zeus people are offended by that.
Well, it's total idiocy, stupidity. It's less a religious thing than a cultural thing. Throughout the ages, the cultural elders have saw the need to convey the idea that there's a higher power, because most people are stupid, selfish SOBs who need to have that notion that there is somebody up there looking at you and watching.
Right, and don't spend your money on narcotics because,
yes.
you know, I mean, you look at that might stop that.
There's a practical value to it, right. And the same thing with religious prayer, and you're still free not to believe if you don't, but we'll start from the premise that there is something up there looking over you.
I am a simple man, as everybody knows, and you guys concur, right?
Yes.
We're all in agreement that I'm simple?
Absolutely.
So here's what I say to the atheists. If you don't like "In God We Trust," don't take the money. Don't take it.
Right.
Trade. Barter.
Beads.
All right? Yeah, whatever. All right, now in Massachusetts, we have a situation, McGuirk, where there's a high school in South Hadley. You been to South Hadley, Mass?
Yes.
That's in that little belt where Smith College is, a lot of the liberal universities, Amherst, they're going to South Hadley. So they're going to put on a biblical show, a play, which is good, right? The Bible doing good ratings on camera.
We're bringing religion back to the public.
Not exactly.
What?
All the biblical characters are being portrayed as gay.
Wait a minute.
No, it's true.
Come on.
No.
Well, aren't all plays sort of gay-friendly to begin with?
Well, there was a scene in the Mel Brooks movie, "Keep It Gay." Remember that? A little song, and the producers. Very funny, but we're not making any judgments. But now this is, are you offended by the high school play? All the characters in the biblical times are gay.
Listen, nobody's for censorship, but if they're going to use tax, they don't even let nativity scenes, Christmas trees during Christmas. But all of a sudden now, yes, they're going to put in there's going to be a religious theme. But and we're not for censorship, but they're using public money to push an agenda on people, on kids.
A tolerance again. But here's my question, Gutfeld, and I think you can answer this. You're one man who can. If you're going to have a gay Adam and Eve, how do you procreate? There's not, the race dies out in the Garden of Eden, does it not?
Be fruitful.
It's done. We're done.
Fruitful and multiply. That's the quote in the Bible.
You can't multiply if Adam and Eve are both gay.
Well, this kind of event is designed to upset people that they want to upset, to turn you into an uptight conservative. My response to stuff like this is, who cares? Grow up. Do the Quran, you wimps. Do this with the Quran, then we'll talk.
So you want the South Hadley High School officials to mock the Quran?
Yeah, no, because they won't, because they're wimps.
Right.
That's
no,
the
they
point.
Won't.
No,
they
won't.
Believe me, they
the
won't.
fundamental hypocrisy is that Christians are generally nice people who will not react.
Well, there's,
there's
a Jewish component to the Bible as well.
Yes, that's true.
So they're basically taking the Judeo-Christian tradition, which is what the Bible's all about. And I don't know if they're mocking it. They want tolerance.
Do Scientology.
Well,
do Dianetics. I would see a gay Dianetics.
They're revising history.
Dianetics.
As a matter of fact, the city of Sodom doesn't get destroyed. It gets refurbished. The dance halls are getting lights, and the bathhouses are all scrubbed down.
Fine.
It's all good.
So
Sodom stays.
Sodom doesn't get destroyed.
Sodom stays. And the apostles look like the village people.
Very astute, McGuirk.
By the way, how can you not like Gaianetics?
Did you just hear what he said?
Yes, I did.
The apostles look like the village people.
Terrible.
Can you just see the Last Supper? Macho man.
Yes.
No, I can't see.
Jesus,
That was
Jesus,
patently offensive.
Jesus dancing on water. It's going to be great.
No. All right. We'll have more of the boys, and I always apologize because I have to for this segment. I will introduce a brand new feature, the biggest pinheads of the week. Right back with that. Back in the book segment tonight, a brand new Friday feature called The Biggest Pinheads of the Week. Once again, Bernard McGuirk and Greg Gutfeld. So, Eve is going to pick a pinhead every week, and you start, McGuirk, with Dennis Rodman.
So who was your favorite pope and why?
My favorite pope, I think, Paul, John Paul. You know, the second, I think he was cool as hell. I mean, he pretty much was like a pimp. Sitting up there, he was like a pimp up there, sit up there, you know, and he's speaking like 20,000 different languages, and people just sitting there just throwing their lives to him.
I have no idea what that was all about. Did you translate? Do you know what he was saying?
Well, yeah, he called one of the most vaunted popes in recent history a pimp.
Right.
Which,
no, he was like but then he said he talked 20,000 languages.
Right, exactly. Well, he made no sense. I mean, his IQ matches his rebound average when he played in the NBA. He's no genius, Dennis Rodman. But and now it comes out today that we're building missile shields in California after he went to North Korea. So John Kerry has nothing to worry about.
But isn't that too easy? Isn't Rodman too easy to make a pinhead?
Yes, you're right. He's
starting off easy.
He's pretty harmless, and I'm not advocating that the Swiss guards, take him to St. Peter's Square and Rodney King him or anything like that. Not at all. Of course not. He's a harmless dummy.
Yeah,
but he wouldn't say that about Abraham Lincoln or Nelson Mandela.
He probably would. If he thought he can get some publicity, he probably would.
It's a compliment. Remember.
All right, Gutfeld, your pinhead of the week is?
This one's an easy one, too. It's the mayor of New York, Bloomberg.
All right, wait.
Yes.
We have some tape.
Yay.
Roll it.
For the first time in the history of the world, more people will die from overeating than undereating this year. I think that it is incumbent on government to tell people what they're doing to themselves and let people make their own decisions. So our job is to educate people, as long as you don't ban Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its are okay. That's my addiction.
What I don't get, Gutfeld, is from the mayor is we just want to tell people. But he's banning the big soft drinks and everything else. So he's doing a little bit more than telling people.
When you say that you're starting a national conversation, that means you lost. Because they they overthrew the soda ban, so that was his way of saying, well, I really don't care. At least we got the conversation started. Shut up with your conversation. I'm tired of national conversations. By the way, where did he get this stat that more people are dying from overeating?
No, I was going to ask you. Is that a legitimate stat?
From the Bloomberg Institute of pulling things out of my butt.
Is that where it is?
That's where it's from.
Okay.
It's actually insulting to a lot of people that deal with hunger issues around the world for him to say that.
But I don't know if that's so far-fetched, though.
No, okay, if you add a heart disease...
69% of the American public overweight now.
They're not dead.
No,
our average lifespan, we have one of the highest lifespans in the world.
Yeah, around 80 years old.
And what they're doing is they're factoring heart disease, they're factoring cancer. They're not factoring in starvation. They're against starvation.
And that's an interesting thing. Do we really want to live much more than 80 years? I mean, do you really want... if the big soda is going to bring you in around 80, 81, you can still have it.
I'll sign up for 90, 95 right now.
Oh, yeah.
You're looking 80.
They got these great pharmaceuticals these days that make things a little more interesting.
All right. Yes. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't want to know anymore. All right, my pinhead of the week is the editor of the Denver Post, a man named Gregory Moore. I think we have a picture of Mr. Moore. We're going to throw him up there. Now, Moore does not have any control of the editorial page, which we destroyed this week. You guys have been following that story. They're against Jessica's law because they're in bed with the Democratic Party out there. They actually used the editorial columnist used the same words as the fundraiser for the Democratic Party. Very similar. But this guy Moore, he should know better, and he should control his paper. This guy's a former editor of the Boston Globe, co-chair of the Pulitzer Prize Committee, and he's turned the Denver Post into basically a house organ for the Democratic Party. And who's suffering? The kids in Colorado, because they can't get Jessica's law, as we heard earlier. Not only did they lie about it, they being the politicians and the columnists at the Denver Post. And maybe we'll just say it isn't a lie. They were mistaken by saying no law enforcement behind it. And we bring in two powerful Colorado law enforcement. Well, it's just opposite. So the guy's name is Gregory Moore. He is my pinhead of the week. You guys dissent, concur?
Totally concur. Absolutely. Disgraceful that they wouldn't protect the most defenseless among us.
Or at least report on it honestly.
Right.
Just report honestly. If you're against it, say why you're against Jessica's law. Just don't get in bed with the Democratic Party and pretty much toe their line no matter what they do.
This is a natural outgrowth of the leafy campus. They are always going to be more pro-criminal than pro-victim.
Well, there's a lot of bad stuff happening in Colorado, and I used to live there. It's a beautiful place to live. It's changed dramatically and not for the better. There they are. Gutfeld, McGuirk, everybody.